Hi, I'm Lauren Black.
I'm Sydney Mack.
I'm Aaron Yanagi.
I'm Gracie Miners.
I'm Moy Diaz.
I'm Ethan Probilski.
And today we'll be talking to you about how to market Whitworth's history minor.
So just going into the organizational overview, the history department was established when the school was founded back in 1890. It has been a constant throughout the university's history, has been a constant throughout the university's history. Its enrollment was at an all-time high in the 60s and 70s, just due to the political environment mostly, and different external factors like the Vietnam War and things like that. But since then has been on the decline for the past 25 years or so. And currently there are 12 students enrolled here at Whitworth in the university, or in the history minor.
Our business model includes the process of delivering service, education to consumers, the Whitworth University students. Our most important resource as the history program is our well-versed and well-educated professors that would love to engage in students' lives and really help them understand past events. Our first value-driven deliverable is that the history minor will enhance reading, writing, and thinking skills of the students. And this is important because these skills are applicable to almost any job field. Secondly, we have expanded perspective in social, economic, and political issues. This is important for people to be well-rounded and contributing members to society. Next, we have increased knowledge of different cultures. This is perfect for people that want to go into international business or want to take their practice anywhere around the world. Lastly, we have to learn from the past to be leader for the future. This is important because as business professionals, we want to be leaders in our corporations and companies, and to do this, it'd be really important to learn from the past so we don't make those same mistakes. We would like to increase the demand for the history minor by one, creating joint promotion between business club and history club events, and so that the two students from both fields can really intermingle and learn more about each other. We also would like alumni with a history or business background to come in and kind of impart their knowledge of what they learned from the history minor and how it applies to their daily lives and in their career choice. Lastly, we would think it's very important for the School of Business professors to be engaged in this process and to help their students understand that this minor will help propel them forward in their careers.
In order to understand the market characteristics, we first must look at the target market. Currently, there are 329 business students here at Whitworth, and 250 of those business students don't have a minor. Full-time undergrad students without a minor total in 1,368 students. The minor requirements are 3 upper division credits and 3 lower division credits, which makes it one of the fastest minors to complete on campus. Another key thing to understand when looking at market characteristics is how the history department currently reaches its students. Their first source is using the history club, which is open to all majors, and they meet weekly, and it's a great way to get plugged in with the history department. Second is their Facebook group, or Facebook page, pardon me, which disseminates all information relevant to the department. Third is hosting special speaker events, which can in turn make the brand seem more personable and approachable.
Objectives must be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-driven. For the history minor, we took the mission statement that the history department already had in place and we revised it. As it reads, it says, the mission statement of the history department at Whitworth is to pair with students of all majors, in this situation particularly the business department, our business students, in order to provide a well-rounded education and supply the students with the skills to be the best in their future careers. From this, we came up with SMART objectives. So the first one is increase the history minor by 80% in 2018. Achieve year 1 awareness of the history minor, so that would be 90% of the awareness pyramid, on the awareness pyramid. Reposition the history minor as a quality pairing with a business degree. Display broad understanding to what a history minor does for the average business student. To continue the SMART objectives, we want to emphasize on the importance of historical research, knowledge, and acumen for a business student. Get business students excited about the Whitworth minor. and offer a specialized business class targeted to business students only.
Our brand strategy includes our positioning as a Whitworth minor, brand essence and soul, brand character and personality, and brand tone. As the Whitworth history minor, we are positioned against all other Whitworth minors, but find our niche in the essential skills not emphasized in business classes that students will receive. It is also very convenient, as we've already stated. Our brand essence and soul can be culminated in the phrase no-brainer. Although we might not have the appeal that other minors have, it's just a no-brainer to take the history minor. It's convenient and it helps to propel you in your career. Next, we have the brand character and personality of Brad. Brad is a freshman or pre-frosh student at Whitworth University and is described to have a go-getter mentality. He is well-rounded and well-versed in many fields of study, and we really hope that the people, our consumers that look at our brand personality really want to be Brad, and they want to have Brad's characteristics and achieve what Brad has achieved as well. Our brand tone will sound like one of a college friend. We want this process to be collaborative. We don't want our program to push the minor onto anyone, but we would like the tone to be of one of equal power distance so that we can collaboratively come to the decision that the history minor is a good decision for them.
Moving on to the target audience, we focus on two groups, and those two groups are the undergraduates at Whitworth and the business students at Whitworth. As stated earlier by Ethan, the number for the first group is 1,368 and the second is 250. The demographics for our target audience are male and female who are freshmen, sophomores, and juniors at Whitworth. We want to concentrate on them because it would be easier to fit the requirements of the history minor into their four-year plan and graduate on time. Also, we want to target ambitious students who are versatile and want to differentiate themselves from their peers in the history minor. And lastly, we want to use social media, as most students are on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. We want to reach them on that platform to be successful.
And then just going into the communication strategy. So in the past, what the department has done has just been to set up a booth during the major and minor fair for the Whitworth history major and minor. And while this is what most of the other departments around campus do, it really hasn't been that effective for the department at all. And they've kind of also relied on students just kind of pursuing them and being interested in the history major instead of really getting out there and really kind of pursuing students in general. And so we believe that in order to get more students enrolled, we need to change the strategy, and we're going to do that by kind of emphasizing or creating a message or sending a message to students that the minor is a fun and unique thing that they should get and something that will really set them apart from other business students or other students in general. And so we're going to use the size of the department, which is like really small, to our advantage, and really kind of drive that that really personal and authentic relationships that can be built through a smaller department, and how how students can benefit from that. And so we'll have Dale and different students kind of go into classes and just kind of talk about the benefits of getting a minor and kind of focus more on that personal aspect of it. And then as well, we will kind of hit on that message of a fun and unique minor during the major and minor fair by just kind of setting our booth apart from other departments in a creative and fun way.
Next, we're going to take a look at geographical location and timing. According to a study by the American Historical Association, there's been a sharp decline in history majors and minors since 2014. Our goal in this presentation is to combat this. Keeping Spokane and Whitworth freshman students in mind, we want to target the Whitworth campus. Places like outside of the hub, outside of the library, or the Weyerhaeuser building of business and history. That's where we hope to have events and have our booths and post flyers and ads, and just relevant marketing campaigns. In terms of social media, we will have timed posts on our Facebook, on our Instagram that will be often, probably around 4, 5, and 6 p.m. when students are out of class and on their phones. That's when we hope to release posts. Specific times for the events will occur at the beginning of the year while students still have time to talk to their advisors to change their minors and majors and have options for where they want to go vocationally. There are not many other geographical factors that come into play here, so what we really want to target is the Whitworth campus.
So next we have the tactical plan. As I stated earlier, the target audience for us is undergraduates and business majors without minors. We believe, or what we want to do is for the target audience is to change their belief or perception that the history minor provides limited career pathways after graduation. The first offer from the history minor is, as Ethan said before, there's 3 lower division classes and 3 upper division classes, which makes it easy for you to fit into your schedule and complete by the time you graduate. The second thing is you get a more personable experience. There's a low number of faculty and small class size numbers, which gives you the opportunity to get to know your professors better as well as your classmates. Also, the availability of professors will be greater than in other departments, so you have more time, more one-on-one time, and that could help you understand the material better. And then we have the opportunity to improve your reading, writing, and analyzing skills through the courses in the history minor. So the creative approach and implementation, we want to start that off by creating awareness on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll make pages for the history minor, and that will be beneficial to our group in the long run. For flyers and posters, we will make sure that we have the content specific to the major we are going for. And for example, for the business flyers, we'll make sure that the content is relevant to business students and they will be placed in Weyerhaeuser. We will make Dale Soden pretty much the face of the marketing plan. We will make sure he goes to classes to be a guest speaker and to have special speaking events put on by the history department. That will let students directly interact with Dale himself, and he will have the opportunity to promote the minor at these events. That will show his passion for the history department, and then as well as create a more memorable experience for the students. We will have booths as well at the Whitworth Fair, Major Fair. We want to make sure it stands out, it's unique, and it grabs people's attention by having balloons or a life-size cutout of Dale. And then lastly, we want to add courses to this minor that are relevant to business. So we will have a business history course to complement the majors in business.
Taking a look at media channel strategy, we will push our print as well as video advertisements on these social media websites. That's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We decided not to use Snapchat. Though it's very popular, we feel it's quite informal, and that will cheapen the message being sent to the consumer. Moving on from that, we have the associated cost for the consumer. Luckily for us, costs associated with class is rolled into your tuition unless you overload. So the only cost associated with the minor on the consumer would be in that overload scenario, which is all credits over 17. For every credit over, you must pay $1,114 in order to take the class. Another option for us is to target advisors. Advisors are often the people who help inform students on what classes to take and when to take them, and other minors aren't actively advertising to these advisors, which would give us a leg up on the competition.
So now just moving on into the calendar of events. So right away we will start implementing our print ads all over campus, but most specifically in Weyerhaeuser, just because that is the place where all business classes really take place, and that's where most of our target audience, which is business students, that's where they all kind of hang out. And so we'll be putting those print ads up on every floor as well as in the stairwells. And then again, just all over campus as well to really try to start building that brand awareness for the history minor. And then within the next 1 to 2 months or so, we will start implementing those social media platforms that Ethan had just mentioned, such as Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And then in May, we will set up a booth for the Spring Fest. We thought that this would be a great idea just because this event just is very popular amongst the Whitworth community, and there will be a lot of people there. And so it's just another great opportunity for us to really answer any questions that students might have, or just kind of keep building on that brand awareness. And then in 2018, we'll also set up a booth, like we mentioned, at the major and minor fair. And just as Moyen mentioned earlier, it'll just be something creative, something to stand out, something to really get students' attention. And then lastly, during the week of registration, or the week before registration, we'll have Dale and other history majors and minors go into the freshman seminar classes and just really talk about why it's beneficial for students to pursue that minor, and how it will help them. And it's a great opportunity for students to kind of ask any questions that they might have. And it's like right before registration too, which is really gives you that recency effect. And while people are planning out their schedules, it really is a great time for them to kind of look at those 3 upper division and lower division credits to see how they can fit in their 4-year plan.
So we got together and came up with a simple budget for the 2017-2018 school year. We decided that we would like to get upfront capital from our endowment and from donors and from grants from people who are highly interested in history and would like to invest in an upgrade for our history minor. As you can see, the bulk of the budget focuses on hiring under marketing, focuses on hiring a part-time employee. While some people might not think this person is necessary, this person would need a graphic design background, they would need a marketing background, and only expect part-time hours. But there is an option for a $7,000 bonus for them if they do well. They would oversee postings, they would print and display the flyers around campus, they would be at the booths, and basically act as an MC to this program, along with helping the professors do real research. As you can see, we also have $4,000 allocated for research and development. This could mean anything from professors traveling to do research, researching topics that millennials are interested in, like the 2008 market crash, or the state of China, or United States business history. Even that would be helpful for some students. We have fixed costs and variable costs, but in reality, all of these costs are variables. But our total expenditures for this program would be $37,000, almost $400,000, or $40,000. Oh my goodness. All right, next slide. So we did a basic break-even analysis and came up with an overall profit of $187,000. This is if 30 students add the minor, and it's also if 15% of tuition goes towards the history program, if tuition is $50K a year. Next slide. So our net profit for this program would be $262,000. And our return per student, if we got all 30 of those students, would be $7,500, leaving us with a return of investment of 49, almost 50%.
To measure our success, we will be monitoring our social media likes and shares. We will keep track of students that have applied to the minor, as well as speak with advisors about their broad reach of the students that they have encompassed.
And so now here's just a couple of examples of those print ads that we've been talking about. And so these are just 2 examples here of kind of a creative, lighthearted, fun approach. You can see Dale on Uncle Sam here. It's just kind of a fun way to promote the history minor.
Also, if we wanted to, we could create ads with a more serious approach, kind of like what Erin was saying. We don't want to be authoritative, but we want to appeal to a wide range of students. Maybe the Brads out there would appreciate a quote from Shakespeare with the Whitworth University history logo, and it also says "Join the greatness" below it. Next, we created an ad that mixes both approaches with a little bit of humor and a little bit of seriousness. It's a picture of Dale and it says, "He knows too much." With all this being said, we developed a commercial and it has a sort of humorous approach, so we're going to play that for you next.
Hi, welcome back to Trivia Mania. I'm your host, Ethan Seacrest. Let's meet our contestants. Contestant number 1, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Susie, and I really like plants, so I work for an organic farm, and I'm 26 years old.
Wow, that's great, Susie. Franklin, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Franklin. I'm 29 years old, and I am a CEO at Franklin & Company Investors. Nice to meet you today, Dr. Ethan.
It's a pleasure. Yanagi-san, please introduce yourself.
こんにちは。私は柳戸黒です。東京でホンダ CEO あります。
For tonight's first question, who were the first 2 astronauts that landed on the moon?
おいしょ
Franklin.
Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin.
Correct.
Thank you.
Question number 2. What year did the stock market crash, sending America into the Great Depression? Yanagi-san.
1時2分まで
We don't got time for that right now. I'm your dog. Franklin, please.
Yes, sir. Would the year be 1929?
Correct again.
頑張りましょう頑張れ頑張れ頑張れ
Alright, contestants. Question number 3. What war ended in 1938 between Japan and the Republic of China?
The Chinese War?
Ooh, so
どう
close.
してどうして
Franklin.
Of course. The Nanking Massacre?
Bingo, correct again. Alright, contestants, time for the final question of the evening. When was the last $2 bill printed in the United States? Franklin!
You know, I think I'm going to win after this, and I want to dedicate this to the class I took at Whitworth. 2003.
Correct again. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a new record. 4 straight correct answers. Franklin, tell us, what is your secret?
So
What
much
is your secret?
dishonor.
The history minor
So much at Whitworth University.
So this has been our presentation. Thank you so much for your time.
Are there any questions that you have for us?